Hey guys and girls, what is going on? It is Zazzri today bringing you Season 1, Episode number 8 of my Birmingham City Career Mode. So first off, I just want to apologise about my voice. I still got a virus and it is giving me, I started off with a cold and a cough and that sort of stuff, so my voice is really weird right now. And I haven't really spoken much this weekend at all, so it's even weirder, when you don't speak for a while, it goes all weird anyway. But we're starting off with a very big game, the biggest game of our season really. We're playing against Man United in the Capital One Cup. It was weird that they put out such a strong team. Obviously in real life they're not going to put out such a strong team. Things like that in career mode really annoy me, why are Man United going to put out a really, the strongest team against a championship side in the Capital One Cup? It doesn't make sense, it's not even a final or anything. But Kagawa gets them off to a good start there. Some very good play from them in the 4th minute, gets them 1-0 up. But I didn't give up at all. As you can see, the 86th minute, I was still not going to give up. I kept fighting, and it really did pay off. With Gomes there with a great finish in the 88th minute. I was just pushing and pushing. I was like, because the thing was they weren't actually that defensively good. I actually could break them down. It's just that I didn't really have any clear-cut chances, to be honest. I was just getting very close, but not close enough to really show you guys or to actually score. But in the 100th minute, obviously, so we're in extra time now, Jamie Murphy makes it 2-1, and at this point I was like, right, okay, here we go, ultra defensive, we're not going to let them score. I was actually buzzing with that goal. As you know, if you shoot with the near post, it almost always goes in, and I thought shooting was the best option really than passing it, so I just went for it and it went in, and I was kind of like, right, here we go, let's shut it down. And luckily I did get a breakaway in the 105th minute with Lakovic actually scoring it. So we've gone from 1-0 down against United to 3-1 up against Manchester United. With the team we've got, it's pretty ridiculous, to be honest. Lakovic is a fantastic player though. I've really enjoyed using him, and he's been very good. So as you can see, the 105th minute, that's the first half of extra time. Somehow they just broke through. Van Persie just gets a ball, he turns and smacks it into the back of the net. It was poor defending, but they went from not even really attacking to bang, they've got another goal as well with Carrick putting away. You wouldn't expect Carrick to be scoring goals, he's normally the assist man. But yeah, there was no more goals in extra time. Now if anyone knows what that means, no more goals in extra time, it means penalties, and I'm sure everyone loves penalties, don't we? A lot of you, I'm sure, are English, so I'm sure you know we're so good at penalties. No, we're really not. But anyway, as you can see, just look on the right-hand side at their penalty-taking players, and look at ours. I think we're at a little bit of a disadvantage, and Murphy takes the first one, and it was saved, and I was just like, oh, here we go, they're going to win, aren't they? It's not even going to be a contest. Van Persie steps up to take it, and misses. And I went the right way, which also helped to keep it out. So it was still basically 0-0 on the penalties. Here we go. Bangs it into the back of the net, making it to 1-0, obviously. Who they got? They've got Carrick next, taking it. Here we go. Carrick, he's going to put it away, isn't he? No, he's not. He hit the post. Anyway, I was like, whoa, what is happening here? I didn't go the right way, obviously, but I was kind of like, wait, I'm not going to beat them. There's no way. Callum putting it in the back of the net for us there. Danny Welbeck against Doyle. What's he going to do? He puts it in the back of the net. I thought he was going to, normally when they do a stutter step, it generally means that they're going to put it down the middle, and that is what I thought he'd do, but he didn't. And now we had Nathan Redmond taking the next one for us. And I thought Redmond, would be a beast penalty taker. I know he's one of my favourites. And he did put it in the back of the net, but it wasn't a very confident penalty. I thought he was going to be honest. So now we had Nani. If Nani missed this, we won, and we went through. And if he scored it, then it continues. And he did score it with a little chip penalty, which is pretty embarrassing. But if we score this one with Lakovic, then we will go through. And he puts it up above the keeper, straight down the middle, giving us the win. So yeah, we did knock Manchester United, full strength team. It wasn't a weak team, it was their full strength team. We knocked them out of the Capital One Cup. Fantastic game, and a great result on penalties. And after that I was just buzzing, and I was kind of not bothered about the championship anymore. But yeah, moving on, we've got a game in Huddersfield here, because I knew we were in with a good shot of winning the championship at this point. Or well, a good chance of being promoted at this point, so I wasn't, focused too much on it, and after that I was just kind of like, wow, what a great team, and I think that made me a little bit not as focused as we should have been, and we do concede in the 11th minute. I was just kind of like, we've beaten Man United, like, Championship teams shouldn't be a problem, and I think that kind of got me a little bit cocky in terms of what our team can do, and, mistakes were made, as you can see here. That is fantastic dribbling, I've got to admit, but it just gave an easy tap in because of the poor defending, bringing the keeper out, which is an absolutely stupid thing to do. It's one of the worst things you can do in FIFA because they can either just, the CPU or the person that you're playing against can either just chip it across, they can pass it across, it's just an open goal, so it's really silly. Will Pagwood there did not make our lives any easier. We're 2-0 down and he gets himself a red card. I think it's because he's the last man. I thought it was a good challenge because I saw the ball come out and then I kind of looked at it there and I was like, oh, that's not too good. Yeah, so we do actually lose 2-0 to Huddersfield, which is pretty annoying, really. I was kind of like, oh, that's a bit of a shame. We've gone from beating the best team in England to losing in the Championship, which was a bit annoying. Anyway, Watford, a team that have recently got promoted to the Premier League in real life. We play them. I think they were like maybe third or something like that in the Championship. So they were in with a shot anyway. So the game was very, very important. It was obviously at their ground. And they do go 1-0 with Vidra there in the 9th minute, which is really annoying. Obviously, you don't want to be conceding those sort of goals. Again, it was just an easy tap-in because the keeper had gone one way and it got passed and then it got blocked and then the keeper just was not there. And it was just an easy smack in the back of the net, really. I can't really complain about it. It wasn't really even poor defending or anything. It was just unlucky, when the keeper or the player will get stuck in a massive pile of them. There's nothing you can do. But unfortunately, Parkwood, he got a red card last game, and maybe I should have learnt from it, but, I didn't, and unfortunately, I don't know what he did, but he conceded a penalty against us, and it's Vidra again, and I don't even know, that went kind of, up and to the keeper's right, but I don't know if I'd save that, even if I'd gone the right way, to be honest, but that made it 2-0, but of course we're Birmingham, and we don't give up, do we? Well... Look at this, that is just absolutely ridiculous dribbling. And then he gives a great through ball, and look at that, that's unreal dribbling. And then, to say it's Championship side, that's pretty mental. It's gone from beating the best team in England to losing 2-0 to losing 3-0. So I was kind of just like, oh, well, that's great. We were in a bit of a downturn in terms of the form, and we were conceding silly goals. That was our poor thing about us. I mean, even the Man United game, we did concede a poor goal in terms of the defending. And we came up against Newcastle here, so obviously in the next round of the Cap 1 Cup, I believe this was the semi-finals, and they put out a very, very good team. They got Kabaye, Ben Arfa, Sissoko, Tiote, so it was a very, very, very good team. And they started off with a very good goal from Ben Arfa there. He doesn't really normally get many headers, but, that was not poor defending. That was just simply, those sort of goals you can't really stop. A header and the keeper saves, and then a header and the keeper just couldn't quite get to it. I mean, a better keeper maybe might have saved it. By the way, I simmed the first match and it was 1-1. But look at that, I brought the keeper out. Again, such a foolish thing to do. Of course, they can chip you. And Cisse did exactly that. Brought my keeper out, and it was such a nice chip, actually. I've got to tip my hat to him because you don't normally see chips like that. Generally, if the CPU tries to chip you, your keeper will actually save it. But look at that, perfectly weighted. I even thought he might hit the bar at one point, but just perfectly weighted to just go over the keeper and then dip down just in time to make it into the back of the net. So it's 2-0, and I was kind of just like, alright, okay, I might as well just accept I'm not going to win. It's the 73rd minute, and I basically just brought everyone forward and was like, let's just go for a goal, and that did cost me because Amiobi in the 90th minute decided let's run it down the pitch and let's put it in the back of the net. Obviously, it's at St James's Park, and they won 3-0, so it was a bit of a humiliating defeat, really. But to say, I mean, it's a Premier League side. They've got far more money, far better players than us. I've got to show you the red card, I'm sorry about that. But, you can't complain. We beat Man United, and we've got to be happy with that. We can take that away and be happy with. Unfortunately, we went out in the semis, though. I would have liked some silverware this season. With the Cap 1 Cup, it would have been quite an easy one to win, I think. But I think it was just Premier League sides left in the competition, so I might not have even won it even if I'd won the semi-final. And then moving on to the final game of the episode, we're against Brighton here in the Championship, away from home. So obviously we've had a very poor string of results, and in the 85th minute, Zazzri, who is the free agent that we bought, a lot of people say, he doesn't grow well. He's grown for me, and he's playing fantastically. It's really weird. I always bring him on as a substitute, and he's a very, very nice player. He's very well-rounded. That's what I absolutely love about him. And Redmond there finishes off a very strong performance. 87th minute, 2-0, and say that we beat United, and then we had three very, very disappointing wins. Very disappointing losses. We finished the episode off with a solid clean sheet and a very, very good 2-0 performance. I was very happy with that to end it off with a solid 3 points that we needed. Anyway guys, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Peace.